Hello, I am King Mac, and I'd like to thank you all for watching this feature presentation on YouTube. Be sure to enjoy a hot fresh cheeseburger with some french fries and a nice soft drink. Thank you for watching, and now here is our feature presentation of TTBurger game reviews on YouTube.
Hello people, how y'all doing here? It's I, Tony. You want some more game reviews, I see, huh? Well, you want more game reviews? Some more Bond series review, James Bond games? Well, you come to the right place because we're at the final part of my James Bond series review, episode 171, part 4 of 4. And before I get started here, I want to give shoutouts to SubzeroMNX and Free Green HD for the King Mac video, and I'd like to give a shout out to my friends TTBurger88, TTBurger89, and Evan the Man 89 because they're James Bond fans. This is for you all. You guys rock, and thank you for the support and everything you've done for the channel and stuff for sure. Now we have a lot to talk about here for the final part of my James Bond series review. But before we can even get started here, we have some fresh off the grill, ready to be served for the Sunday barbecue, and ready to be enjoyable on that hot sunny day for the barbecue. It's a TTBurger recap to show y'all what you missed, as I took a look at 007 Everything or Nothing for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube, and Game Boy Advance. Gave it a perfect 10 out of 10 because it was the perfect Bond game, definitely the best. And I know it had a couple of minor nitpicks, like with the aiming and stuff like that. It was difficult to be a little bit all over the place, but still, it was a fun game for sure, and definitely worth owning if you like a game that feels like a Bond game but plays like a movie at the same time and stuff. That's definitely what it is there for sure. So 007 Every Nothing, definitely a way to go. But now we're gonna zoom ahead to late 2004 as we heard the news about a game that had the name GoldenEye in it, and we weren't sure what we were gonna expect here and stuff. And the end result is a spin-off called GoldenEye Rogue Agent, released first for the console on November 22nd, 2004, and then a year later, June 13th, 2005 for the Nintendo DS. Now look, the PlayStation 2 version is the only version I have. And I'm sad to say this, but GoldenEye Rogue Agent was a disappointing game. Remember how much fun Everything or Nothing was, where it took the risk and everything like that with all those new features and everything? Well, not the case here. Instead of a fun third-person action game how it had with Everything or Nothing, here, they're back to the drawing board with another subpar first-person shooter, and it's a subpar first-person shooter with the Bond license on it and stuff, and yeah. This game is a little bit better than Agent of Fire, but not by much. When I first heard of GoldenEye Rogue Agent, me and a bunch of friends of mine thought this game was going to be a remake of GoldenEye on Nintendo 64, or it was going to be something similar to GoldenEye, like a side story in the GoldenEye universe or so, and we were hyped like crazy about this game because we thought, well, what are they going to do? Could it be a third-person GoldenEye game? Could it be this or that? We just didn't know. We didn't know. But when the game came out, we got it. It was nothing like that at all. The name of the game is not based on the movie at all. It's based on the character you play as called GoldenEye, who has a golden eye, but we'll talk more about that later. A lot of people bitch that this game was a Halo 2 ripoff for the gameplay elements with the weapons and everything like that and stuff and more. And I will say that this is not a Halo 2 ripoff. I mean, sure, you had some things with the weapons like that, but a lot of games were like this back then. And in reality, I'd rather play this game over Halo any day and stuff, so just saying there. I mean, a lot of games who did this stuff, who did these elements that, like, people say Halo 2, that they ripped on Halo 2 and stuff, there are games that came out before this, long before Halo, that did this. GoldenEye N64 or anyone, or Perfect Dark or whatever? No? Well, not to tell you. But let's get started here, because we have a lot to talk about here. We got to talk here. The story of GoldenEye Rogue Agent puts you in a role of the character called GoldenEye, who has a golden eye because he was severely wounded by Dr. No and lost use of his right eye and now has a golden eye. And GoldenEye was an agent for MI6, but during a training simulation mission with 007, and 007 died when the mission went wrong. GoldenEye was dismissed, but gets a letter saying the offer still stands, signed by Goldfinger. And those of you who follow the Bond universe know who Goldfinger is. He was the main antagonist of the third movie called Goldfinger itself. So GoldenEye joins Goldfinger's group along with Oddjob, Pussy Galore, Francisco Scaramanga to get revenge on Dr. No. Goldfinger has also worked on a super weapon called the Omen, aka the Organic Mass Enemy Neutralizer, that releases energy capable of breaking down organic matter on any atomic level, resulting in destruction. Learning of the Omen, Dr. No has broken ranks with the criminal organization and declares war on Goldfinger. And in other words, you play as a bad guy, taking down another bad guy while supporting a bad guy and stuff. Now, while the story has a good concept to it, it comes off as uninteresting. Like two bad guys fighting each other in war. You must take revenge on Dr. No and reclaim what he took from you. Bad guy wants Omen. Bad guy wants revenge. You support the bad guy, and yada yada yada. An eye for an eye, and that is it. Sure, it has character developments from past movies, like I mentioned, Goldfinger, Oddjob, and Dr. No, and Xenia on the top, who is pretty much the only reference to GoldenEye in this game. And of course, like Francisco Scaramanga, who pretty much does all your weaponry and upgrades and stuff. But it doesn't make the story any more interesting than it is. That's what I'm trying to say there. Presentation, the graphics are good, but not the best graphics, but good. The cutscenes look great, and the characters in the cutscenes look great and almost look realistic, like the real life counterparts of the actors and stuff like that. But the only problem with the cutscenes is the subtitles. My god, the subtitles, most of the subtitles in the cutscenes are not synced up, and they go too slow and they're delayed. They're not synced up to the voices. Almost every full 2-line subtitle and almost every 3-line subtitle is delayed. And like, they're almost as bad as the subtitles in the console versions of Jedi Outcast, Jedi Knight 2, that Star Wars first-person shooter that the console versions of the Nintendo, GameCube, and Xbox. And anyone played the console version of that game knows how bad the subtitles were in the cutscenes and even in-game as well. The subtitles here are nowhere near as bad as I'll say as they are, but they're still pretty out of sync, especially like in the first cutscene where almost all the subtitles are out of sync except for one of them. And this shows how much care went into the subtitles. Like they could have synced this up better, especially with Everything or Nothing. The subtitles were more on sync with the voices, and that was only 1 line of subtitle and stuff. But here it can go up to like 3 lines, and yeah, just shows how badly the character was. The in-game graphics look good, the gun models look fantastic, and explosives and stuff, explosions are nice as well. The character models in-game look okay, not the best, but still there's been worse. The frame rate is stable. I didn't notice any slowdown at all, which actually surprised me that there was no frame rate at all. The backgrounds are okay, generic looking, but okay at the same time, I guess. But the graphics, in my opinion, best part of the game. Sound of GoldenEye Rogue Agent is a mixed bag. Voice acting is good. Christopher Lee reprised his role as Francisco Scaramanga, and that's awesome. The other actors for the replacements of other villains, they sound good as well. And the other voice actors and non-key characters who say we need fire support and stuff, and like the goons, they sound good as well. The music, however, is generic rock music, doesn't sound anything special to me at all. The gun sounds are good, sounds mixed bag, and that's what I gotta say there. Gameplay of GoldenEye Rogue Agent is actually the worst part. It is nowhere near as bad as like 007 Legends or any of the Daniel Craig Bond games or so, but this one is average subpar at best. 007 Everything or Nothing was a fun-packed third-person shooter and action game and more. It was very successful and showed that the Bond games work in third-person. Like how you play Tomorrow Never Dies, it showed there and stuff too. And you would think they would continue to improve on that, on what they did. But that's not the case here. Instead, it's another first-person shooter with the Bond license once again. And here we get a subpar, generic first-person shooter, and yeah, I already mentioned that before. The best part of GoldenEye Rogue Agent is dual-wielding and mixed-wielding certain weapons, and this was the thing that a lot of people said was a Halo ripoff and stuff, because you can mix-wield weapons and dual-wield in Halo 2. When these people who were saying this obviously never played Perfect Dark or GoldenEye on the N64, because you could do that as well in this game. There's other freaking shooters that done this too, but this was the best part for me because I like dual-wielding weapons, mixed-wielding them, like you can dual-wield pistols, submachine guns, and even fucking shotguns. And you can dual-wield shotguns here. That's definitely awesome. I mean, how much better could that get? May I mention it's as awesome as that new diner across the street that has the best tasting cheeseburger ever? Should I say that? No? Okay, well, then that's what I'm gonna say there. Along with that, you have guns that shoot bombs that can detonate, you can dual wield, and along with guns that shoot up poison gas that stuns the enemies, and you can use them as shields and stuff and more. And you do have a handful of weapons, and you can see here in my footage that I constantly swap the weapons because I could not make up my mind on which weapon I wanted. I wouldn't know which one to use. Like if I saw a new weapon on the ground, I was gonna pick it up. Then a little later, I'd pick up another one. Yeah, another one. I couldn't stop picking. Because the weapons were, I like using the weapons, I kept swapping and swapping. It makes using the weapons fun and badass for sure. And you also have eye upgrades you can get from Francisco Scaramanga, like MRI imaging, you can see enemies lurking behind cover, magnetic hack features that can cause enemies' weapons to malfunction, along with the magnetic field where you can pull targets and equipment been thrown at them as well, and like and more. And just like fun stuff for sure, fun stuff, and all being GoldenEye himself. The controls are good, no waggy controls like an Agent of Fire. You have a variety of levels like the Mines Casino Las Vegas, the Hoover Dam, the Octopus, which is located in Crab Key, and more. But that is all the goods I have. Now the bads. Some of the levels go on way too long, go on longer than they should. I would not mind this, but some of the levels go on and on and on, and all you do is shoot some more, and it never changes. There's no puzzle to solve. There are no vehicles to drive. No nothing but shooting away at the enemies. And the enemy AI is not good. They just stand around and run around, and sure, they'll shoot you and they can kill you, but they're not that very aggressive, and it gives that shooting gallery feel to it. While the upgrades are interesting, some of them are not very helpful, especially the MRI imaging upgrade and stuff. With an uninteresting story and the fact that the game has the name GoldenEye to it, makes you think it was a remake or a sequel to the Nintendo 64 game, and it's not. It's a short game, like 4 or 5 hours long, and nothing changes the game at all, just shoot, reload, shoot some more. And that's all I gotta say there. Final thoughts here. It's better than Agent Under Fire, but I'm gonna say it's not that much better than Agent Under Fire. It's a little better, but not by much. That's all I gotta say there. I'm taking points off, and the score I'll be giving it is a 6.5 out of 10 because it's an average generic subpar shooter with the Bond license on it. That's all I gotta say. And that's pretty much it for my James Bond series review. I know there are games I left out, like From Russia With Love, which I do own, along with The World's Not Enough, Tomorrow Never Dies, and 007 Racing and stuff like that. And I know people are wondering why I review those. I may in the future, but if I do, it won't be for a while, because like I just reviewed some pockets, why would I review them right after that and stuff? Because yeah, that's what I'm saying there. But I'll review them in the future, I just don't know when. That's all I gotta say there. Now if you like what you see here, subscribe, like the video, comment down below, and join my Discord group, TTBurger Games United. So all the more people to join. Don't forget to join my Facebook group, TTBurger 88 Gamers Group, and my Facebook page, TTBurger 88. If you want to get some updates on the channel, just join the group and have fun. Which all I gotta say. Now, what will we be in store for episode 172? Well, you have to find out next. Which all I gotta say is Tony. Peace out. Have a good day. See you all in episode 172. And be the Bond and enjoy the Bond games and enjoy the movies. Which all I gotta say. Peace out, everyone.